how you can overcome imposter syndrome. Are you experiencing imposter syndrome? Are you experiencing anything like imposter syndrome, otherwise known as confidence contamination? Some people might call it confidence constipation or questionable confidence. Whatever it is, let me help you. Is imposter syndrome holding you back from making a ton of money, achieving success, advancing your business, reaching your full potential? It can make you feel fearful, nervous, shaky, give you anxiety. Some people, it makes them physically sick. How about embarrassed? That's what it did to me. Like you want to hide, leave, or go sit in a corner. Do not let a false belief hold you back from your destiny, though. Believe me, I have been there. Been there many times, as a matter of fact, and so has everyone else. It's a normal human feeling. Imposter syndrome is just playing with your psyche, and it is a false narrative. In spite of your education, experience, knowledge, and achievements, it's like being afraid of the dark. It's all in your head. Did you know that Steve Martin is a world-renowned actor and singer? He experienced this every single time he went on stage. He was just a mess. It made him physically exhausted when he finished. So was Howard Stern, the Shark Jock, and Bobby Fischer, the #1 chess player in the world, and all he did was sit in a chair. So the best people in the world in their craft always experience imposter syndrome and fright. And they are the world's best. It happens, believe me, it happens to the best of them. A lot of them get physically sick, then they go out there and they perform as if nothing is wrong. A true professional. So why not you too? As you have heard before, you have a confidence problem, like they said in Top Gun. But let's get into it and learn how to turn this into a positive experience. It's all about turning something negative into something positive. Hi, business owners. This is Stan. Some people have called me the real deal because I have really done it. I know what I am talking about because, as I said, I have been there. I did not read this in a book or chat GPT. I live this every day and had to overcome every obstacle thrown at me, and some even blindsided me. I fell down, but I always got back up. Now it's my turn to help you. I help businesses with manufacturing and marketing and help them grow and be profitable. I was where you are, and I had even less knowledge. Let me explain. I moved to Los Angeles after college. I got into sales at a manufacturing company for about a year. I knew nothing about inventing, manufacturing, or marketing. Absolutely nothing. But I like gadgets, so I bought an Apple computer that basically did nothing except play Space Invaders. It needed a cleaning disk, so I couldn't find one, and I invented red cleaning diskettes and also red, yellow, blue, green floppy diskettes. Yes, that was me, and actually Fuji was the first company that believed in me. No one else in the world did. Talk about a big problem and feeling insecure. Those are the same diskettes, by the way, used by the FAA. Heaven help us. So now I'm in the computer industry, which is dominated by giants and legends like Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, and hundreds of the smartest minds in the world. These were the world's movers and shakers. You want to feel inadequate, get into that industry. These people created everything that is the foundation for everything you use now. Yes, these are the giants of industry. Do you think these people were geniuses? Absolutely. Okay. Do you think they were demanding? Absolutely. Look at Steve and Bill. They did not get there by being wallflowers. Then along comes me. Little old me. What did I know? Absolutely nothing. And I admit it. But I had just invented colored floppy disks. And it was not sophisticated or cool like their products. So my body was there, but not my mind, and certainly not my confidence. It was clouded by the dreaded imposter syndrome. And besides, not one, and I mean not one person, thought my product would work. They thought I was an idiot. I'm sure They snickered and laughed behind my back because I heard some of them laughing not behind my back. And they all told me when they talked to me, it won't work, it won't work, it won't work. Imagine that. And these people are highly respected. So, imposter syndrome is not about credentials. It's about a mental state of feeling inadequate or not worthy, even if you are. Can you imagine being an NFL quarterback and going onto the field for the first time in front of 80,000 screaming fans? And then you have to throw a football accurately? I felt like an imposter, fearful, inadequate. I did not exhibit at trade shows for fear of being embarrassed. I thought people would laugh at me. That stopped me from being successful and making sales. Lots of sales. Millions of dollars in sales. I was like a deer frozen in the headlights of an automobile. I felt like I was an imposter, trying to hold my head up, yet not having the confidence to show my face. So one day, I was talking to my dad about him being in the Navy, and he told me the cook on a destroyer is just as important as the captain. Can you imagine a ship without any food? The crew won't be happy. That's when it hit me. We're all in this together, and one person is as important as the group. No one gets left behind. Not even the cook. Not even little old Stan. Pro tip for you. If you do not believe in yourself, believe in the organization that gave you your education, such as your college, or your coach, or your company, or your parents who helped educate you. Think about making them proud. Lean into that. If you work at IBM as an example, then you carry IBM's badge and reputation with you, and that is how the outside world looks at you. He or she is an IBMer, okay? Woo, with respect. And they could have started yesterday. I used my customer's name. After all, if my product is good enough for them, it's good enough for everybody else, right? No one travels alone. That helped me overcome imposter syndrome. But the thing is, it still creeped back in my mind. So I thought of the associations I had joined, like the Computer Association and the Banking Association. That also gave me some confidence. Just one little stepping stone at a time. Years later, I had patents, more patents that are back there. Over 5,000 customers, including the Pentagon, Kodak, Gillette, the Post Office, and many other large companies I know you've heard of. Surely I did not have imposter syndrome, right? No, it still creeps into the back of your mind because I am human. And every time I sold into a brand new industry, which I did quite often, up to maybe 30 of them, it was there. So Stan, how do we turn this around into something positive? Okay? It made me work even harder, think better, and be more creative. It made me better. No resting on my laurels, and the more I learned, the better I became and the greater my confidence. No more imposter syndrome for me, yet it still showed up, but the difference was it only lasted 2 seconds. Here's a pro tip. Believe in your education, your experience, your knowledge, the system that you have, maybe the system you use. If you do not believe in yourself, talk about the products and the benefits. Let your products be your ego and wrap yourself in it. Do you belong to any associations? Any certifications? The best pilots in the world follow a system too. They know they can't fly through fog, so they follow the system. All right? Instruments. Remember, the client just wants to know the benefits and does not care if you're from Mars. They are after their benefits. I know this young woman who was around 27 at the time. She graduated from a top 50 college, highly intelligent, very attractive, long dark hair, an easy disposition, and a dead-end job and a deadbeat boyfriend. Yet she does not think she is good enough for more. The perfect case of imposter syndrome. I pointed out her achievements. She got the confidence to leave her deadbeat boyfriend, quit her dead-end job, and was hired in tech sales for a large company that I know you have heard of. And she more than doubled her income and got stock options. That's fantastic. Her lack of confidence was holding her back, and she just needed someone to believe in her and be her cheerleader. So does your family or friends believe in you? Do they build you up and tell you how smart or good you are or have confidence in your future? After I sold to the Pentagon, I dropped their name everywhere and nobody ever questioned me again. Where your customers go, so go you. Then your products will be your window dressing. Then what will happen is your customers want to know about you and your family, how you got started, and then they will ask you how they can help you. Here's another pro tip for you, but first, if you got any value out of this video, please hit the share, like, subscribe, and hit the bell below. It helps support the channel. Back to the pro tip. When you first start, let your products do the talking. One day, your imposter syndrome will go away, and you won't even know it's gone. It will just happen. You'll look back and you go, I have confidence. I'm not shaking anymore. But beware, it will creep back into your head, but as I said before, like for 2 seconds. If it doesn't return, then you're just not human, okay? What else can I say? Did you know that I was the #1 expert in the world in my industry? Yes, me. I created the industry. I invented over 300 products. I had all the patents, etc. But I learned to never call yourself an expert. I was just very good at it. But it was a tiny little field, but I had over 5,000 customers and probably sold over 20 million products by that time. And I still had a confidence problem. So ask yourself, who did you sell to? Who else are they going to buy from? No one. They need your product. They want you. I've been in small meetings with Gillette, Kodak, Diebold, and 100 other companies. The worst was the first year because I did not have any history of big customers' names. What did I do? I thanked them for the opportunity, and I asked them if they have any questions. I let them break the ice. They asked questions for about a half hour or so. Then they felt comfortable with me, and it was easy. One tip is at the start of the meeting, say, does anybody have any questions for you? Because they might have some questions they can't wait to ask you, and they know about them before the meeting. If you don't know the answer, compliment the question and tell them you will get back to them with the answer. Even Einstein said, why should I clog my brain with useless facts when I have a perfectly good library? So here's another pro tip for you. Did you know that IBM often sent out 3 people to call on, let's say, the president of a bank? Sometimes they only had 2 people. One time they grabbed the janitor, put him in a white shirt and a tie, and said, go on out there in the sales meeting with us, and whatever anybody says, just nod your head, smile, and say yes. Don't say a word. All right? And the guy knew nothing, but that worked. Here's another pro tip for you. If you're on a Zoom call, have an associate with you. So if, you can't think of something, they'll be there to fill in the space. My summary is, know your products inside and out. Write down the questions that you think people will ask. Answer them about 50 times. Believe me, you do that, I've done it. After 50 times, they're going to be a knee-jerk answer. You're going to be able to say them in your sleep. It really does work. This will also make you look confident. If you can tell a humorous story about your industry, that will go a long way. It will break the ice and people will smile and like you. Also, think about how your parents raised you, your education, how you started, certifications, who else buys from you. After a while, it will be gone. By the way, when Steve Jobs first started, he had a confidence problem too. It happens to everybody. So if you still have problems, write your comments below. I will look at every one of them. If you want to contact me directly, follow the link below, and you can sign up for the Boss's newsletter and send me a direct question. I will help you with real-world solutions because I have personally experienced a lot. And as I like to say, I know the future because I have lived the past. For more tips and tricks, go to bossmakersacademy.com and ask me directly. Let my experience selling over 100 million products to over 12,000 customers help you. As an example, do you know how to sell to the government and large companies? Do you know how to use insurance to sell your products? Do you know how to use the U.S. embassies to help you sell your products? Thanks for watching. This is the Boss Makers Academy, and I am Stan. Bye now.